We feel really excited about the young guys that we drafted, and there's going to be competition throughout offense, defense, and certainly what we're trying to do in the kicking game. So it's always good to be fast, especially for the kicking game. Yeah, again, I think, Daniel, to me, just the first thing that I always think about Daniel, and again, I've got some history with Daniel going back to high school. So he's extremely mentally, he's really a tough guy. I think he's working on getting a master's in himself. I think he knows faster than anybody else what's good about what he does and when it's not the hit that he's expecting to make, and I think he can self-correct quickly. And just our professional opinions are, we thought he was really a good player coming out. He was certainly a draftable kicker, and then when he came available, we couldn't get him for the first workout. He wanted to go and work on a few things on his own, and when he was ready for a workout, we got him in. He did a tremendous job, and now he's ours. Well, I think the consistency of anybody that plays that position, I've been fortunate to be around some really good players in Dan Bailey and Nick Novak and Nate Keating and those guys that have been in the top, in the 90%, as their kickers, and they all go through some peaks and valleys, but I think the consistency to get themselves back after a bad kick, to get themselves through 24, weeks of practice, of kicking 2 days a week and then kicking in the game, of what that looks like on tape. Does it look the same every single time? And to know when the hit isn't what they want, even if they make it. I think sometimes we just want to see if it goes in or not. Sometimes when it goes in, they're like, I really didn't hit that the way I want to. And so I think for them to be self-correctors and for them to be self-evaluators as to when it's not what they want, to be able to adjust and make sure it's what they want. But, they're all searching for perfection. Every kicker's searching for perfection. But we're just trying to get to where they can be. They're trying to get to where they can be the best player they possibly can.
Draft picks stood out to you early on so far, just in terms of what they bring to you on special teams?
I know we're all in the building. We're all excited really about the entire class. We feel like they all have the aptitude to love football. They all have the aptitude to want to get better. They've been great listeners in meetings, and the effort out there has been outstanding. So I think we'll be able to talk about those guys as we get going, but we're all excited about the entire class.
With you having younger guys coming in that are going to contribute on special teams, how important is it to have leaders like Keith Smith and Kyle Wilbur who understand the importance and can be your voice when you're not around to have guys like that?
I think we all feel like, throughout the building that's an important thing is leadership, and certainly, not only those two guys, but Eric Harris and then Markel Lee and the guys that have been in the system. Coach Gooden calls them second-year players and second-year system players. For us, those guys have got to be tremendous, if not vocal, certainly example leaders of the way in which they practice. So when you can put it on tape and a guy messes up like Max or Hugh Bell, or you can look at it and go, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what you guys are supposed to look like here. And if they can see the example of that, I think that's the best leadership those guys can be for them.
How are you picking up, you think, the offense and the system and all that?
It kind of translates from college. Things we did is just different names, a little bit different schemes. But it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be initially coming in. So we'll see. All my time is really invested in football right now. And I'm around the same people. I'm here all day. So, I don't think it's really hit me. I think probably like year two when I get that little break, it'll probably hit me. But right now, I don't really feel any different. It's definitely huge. That's definitely something that I kind of push myself towards every day. I try to work hard every day so I can be able to withstand that. But it's also something that I've been looking forward to in myself to see if I could handle that, take on that challenge. So it's definitely going to be fun. We'll see how it goes. Well, each day you can still finish with the pass on or without, bursting through, scoring every time I get the ball. But without pass, it's more mental than anything, making sure you go on the right tracks, reading blitz pickups, taking the proper techniques, inside out on pass protection and things like that. So that's the things you kind of focus on before you actually get to physically hitting each other.
I'm not really pushing it. One thing, we got a lot of great guys on this team, a lot of great vets, Vontez, LaMarcus, Carl, Eric Harris, a lot of older guys, who play a ton of football in the NFL. So, my biggest thing I'm worried about right now is actually going out there, learning the playbook, learning what to expect from offenses and going out there and just doing my job. With leadership, that role comes, I just have to be who I am, and that role will take itself.
What's your comfort level in defense?
I'm pretty comfortable. Like I said, I got a lot to learn. I'm more so, worried about, what to expect from offenses. I do a very great job of going home and, watching film, studying. I take a lot of mental reps, You know, I put myself out there in meetings, you know, making calls, you know, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, you know, and coach will correct me as we go through it, but I'm pretty comfortable. You have to take great angles to the ball, you know, keep your head up, see what you hit, you know, put your body on his body.
It's a little more difficult. You know, there's some bonuses to being tall. You have longer levers, and so you can get a little more force on the ball because you have a longer leg. But also you have a longer leg, so a little, you know, degree off of my angles on my hip is going to be more off my foot, and so you have to be that much more detailed and meticulous, and you know, that's something I've learned over the years in college, and especially now being a pro. Just, you know, how important I have to treat the details every single day, every single kick. Coach Bisaccia has helped me a ton in that. Just, you know, making sure I'm very exact on everything, because I can't get away with maybe some of the mistakes that a guy that's 5'9", 5'10", whatever. Some shorter kickers might be able to get away with. I would say definitely some of those makes were not perfect hits, and I think it's about, you know, not every kick's going to necessarily be perfect, but it's important that in games and in the season that you're, you know, not every kick has to be an A+ kick, but my B kicks and B- kicks are still going through. You know, that's going to help me be more consistent. But in practice right now, I want to get as many A+ kicks as I can and continue to work on, hey, what can I do to make my B- ball stay straight, stay in the upright. And so, I think just continuing to learn that and work on that each and every day. Sometimes, you know, even kicks that I miss are decently hit balls. I just, you know, didn't play the wind right, or whatever. So sometimes it's really, you have to sit back and worry about the process, what you can control, not always worry about the result. And, you know, hopefully if you take care of the process, the result will take care of itself.
It stuck with me a lot. And then I had Buck came and watched film, and he just had a whole clip of my almost 13 sacks. Whether I fell, slipped, the quarterback got away. So it was very nerve-wracking because I could have had a better first year. But, hey, we all learn from those mistakes. I got bigger. When I reported my OTAs, I was 245. Coaches expected me to be a little heavier, and now I'm at 260.
It's 3 first-round picks and all the guys you got.
I love all of them. All of them coming in with good football IQ. All of them good guys. They together. Me, Mo, PJ, we kind of gel ourselves with them because we got drafted last year, and they hopefully take us to Las Vegas, and then we got them. So we all gel together, and all of them got talent. All of them can play right now, and I can't wait to see the finishing product.